Okay, I wanted to show you an example of how to use the calculator to create a scatter plot and to have the calculator find the line that best fits that. So this is not a statistics class, but we can use the ability of the calculator to find a line that best fits that. And we've been talking about linear equations, and let's look at an example here. So we have some data for the hours spent studying for a test and the corresponding test grade. So let's go ahead and put this into the calculator. We have hours studying is the X and test score is Y. So to put the data in the calculator, first turn it on and then press Stat and then press Enter because we're going to go to the Edit. Now if yours does not look like this, press Stat again and then press number 5 and then press Enter, and that should get everything back to where it needs to go. And there we go. If you have some values in here that shouldn't be in there, just scroll up to L1 and press Clear and then press Enter. Don't press Delete. Okay, let's put these values in. So we'll put we'll put the X into L1 and the Y into L2. So we'll put 0, 1, 2, 2, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8. Okay, now let's put the corresponding test scores for these. So 40. Okay, and we have to make sure these line up. So for each of these, for every X, I have to get a corresponding Y value. So notice that these line up. Okay, so let's first do a scatter plot. So I'm going to press second Y equals to access the stat plot, and right now mine are all off. So I'm going to turn one of these on. So click over here, press Enter. Now it toggles from the off to the on. For the type, the default type is this one right here. This first one is the scatter plot. Notice the X list is L1, Y list L2, and the mark is a little box, and that's fine. If one of these was messed up, you could always press second, maybe L3 of our list. It's not, it's an L1, so second 1. Okay, so looks like everything looks good. So now I want to graph this. So the easiest way to graph it is to press Zoom Stat. So scroll until you see Zoom 9. So Zoom 9 is the stat. Okay, and there we go. And so one of the questions we ask is, what sort of pattern do we have here? Does this appear to move in a linear fashion? It does appear to move linear, right? I mean, we can kind of visualize this this being sort of hovering around a line here. There's no curve or bend to it. So once we determine that we can indeed have a nice straight line through this, I can have the calculator figure out what that is. And I do that by pressing Stat, and then I'm going to scroll over to Calc and go down to number 4, linear regression, AX plus B. So press Enter. Now we're going to say L1, comma L2 to tell the calculator I want to do the L1, L2. Now this is an optional move here, but I'll show it to you. If you want to go ahead and have this plotted automatically, we're going to tell it, okay, whatever we do here, I want you to put that into Y1. So press comma, and then press vars, Y vars, it's a function, and we're going to put it into Y1. It's a lot of keystrokes, but once you do it 2-3 times, it's not bad. Then press Enter. So our equation is 6.56x plus 40.89. So if I'm going to write this down, let's say my equation is y equals 6.56x plus 40.89. We're rounding to 2 decimal places here. So watch when I hit graph, it's going to go ahead and put that equation in. Notice when I press y equals, that equation's been put in. Okay? And so that's the line that mathematically best fits that data point. All these data points. So interpret the slope. Okay, so interpreting the slope, let's change this equation a little bit. In class, we've worked on writing the variables with variables that actually make sense. And often with these, we can actually just use the words there. So we can say the test score equals hours studying we'll put hours study, I guess. And put the number here, 6.56 times the hour study plus 40.89. So this one's a little bit easier to look at now and to make some interpretations. So what's my slope here? The slope is the 6.56. We knew that from earlier lessons. But what does that mean? So this means that for every increase in x, every unit increase, in this case the unit is just 1. So as we increase x 1 hour, so each additional hour of study time will increase my test score about 6.56 points. So use the equation to predict the grade of someone who studied for 3 hours, because 3 hours is not one of our values up there, so we're going to use our equation. And on the calculator, there's an easy way to do this. I can press table set, and if I set my independent variable here to ask, don't worry about the 0 and the 1 there, because once I put that to ask, now when I go over to table, second graph, I can put that value in. So I can just put 3, and it's going to spit out about their predicted grade. Based on our equation, it's going to be about a 61. Now there's some higher statistical techniques that we can use to sort of say how likely is that to happen, and how confident are we that that's going to occur. That is beyond the scope of this class, and that you would talk about that in the next class, in the introductory statistics class. But if you didn't want to use table feature, quickly we can say, okay, my test score equals, let's go ahead and make our font bigger here. So we would just plug the our number of hours studying in to the calculator, into the equation, and we could say 6.56 times 3 plus 40.89. There we go, 60.57, same answer. So I don't, most tests don't give a 0.57, so we could say 60 to 61 would be sort of the practical answer there. And I hope that helps. Now let me show you one more type of problem we can use on this. Okay, so we were using point slope or slope intercept to find the equation line through 2 points, but we can use the regression feature of the calculator to do this. I can press Stat, Edit, and let me clear these lists out. Just scroll up, press Clear, and then Enter. Scroll up, Clear, and Enter. Okay, so I'm going to put these 2 points in. So I've got the two x values are -3 and 2. And scroll over and put our two y values in, 7 and 9. These have to line up, right? This is the order pair -3, 7, there's -3, 7. 2, 9, and there's 2, 9. We don't have to graph these. You can just go to Stat, Calc, number 4, and Enter. So the equation of that line would be y equals 0.4x plus 8.2. And you would do exactly the same thing if you solved this one using point slope or slope intercept. I just wanted to show you a little shortcut there if you needed it.